Welcome to FPL Cheat Sheet Briefing, the podcast that gives you a data-driven edge in the Fantasy Premier League.
And hello, everyone. We are definitely ready to crack open Gameweek 9. As always, we've got the data deep dives for you. We'll be looking at the optimal wildcard team, the free hit squad, and those all-important differentials. But yeah, first things first, we need to have a quick look back at Gameweek 8. Can't really ignore it, can we?
No, we really can't. That retrospective is, well, essential. Gameweek 8 threw up some, let's say, interesting results. Statistical anomalies, big player disappointments. It had it all, starting with that wildcard team. Oof, the data projection was looking good, wasn't it? Around 74 expected points.
Yeah, 74.12 total expected points across the 15. But the actual score, a pretty painful 41 points.
Wow, that's a huge gap, over 33 points difference. That's rough.
It was brutal, honestly, and we know why looking back. Our top captain picked Salah. He completely blanked, basically. Just 2 points when we expected 7. And then Gvardiol. The model liked him, but Pep did what Pep does. Benched. 0 points. That variance just killed us there.
Yeah, Pep Roulette strikes again. And it wasn't just them, was it? We saw underperformance across the board. Lacroix, Sarr, Botman, Trippier. No clean sheets, no returns, really.
Pretty much, yeah. The few bright spots were Saka, who actually hit his expected points bang on, 7 points. And the budget keepers, Dubravka and Roofs, they actually did really well. 9 points and 7 points respectively, but, you know, not enough to salvage the week.
Not nearly enough. Okay, well, thankfully, the free hit team told a very different story.
It really did. That was much better. We projected just under 70 total expected points, 69.0 to be exact, and they actually overperformed.
Yeah.
Hit 71 actual points total, and the starting 11 got 75.
That's more like it. See, it shows the model can work when the key players actually deliver. Haaland is captain.
Yep, Haaland delivered 13 points, doubled to 26. And the real star, Acheampong, 14 points, what a differential hit.
Fantastic. That kind of return definitely papers over the cracks, like Eze and Sarr not doing much, or Botman again, disappointing.
Exactly. Those big hits make all the difference.
Yeah.
Okay, quickly then. The differentials wildcard for Gameweek 8 predicted 73.44 total expected points, managed 55 actual points. Not terrible, but again, underperformed.
And the captaincy was the issue there, right? Isaac only brought in 2 points.
Yeah, poor captain choice. But we did see the power of differentials elsewhere. Welbeck was great, 13 points. And Mbemo getting 9 points against Liverpool. That was impressive.
Definitely, especially against Liverpool. That Mbemo return, 9 points against a top side, kind of signals what we're seeing now, doesn't it? And Calafiori, 6 points. He's still under that 15% ownership target, but probably not for much longer after that. Shows the model finds them early.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And Liverpool losing 2-1 to Man United, that was a shocker too. It wasn't reflected in those defensive expectations.
Absolutely. So yeah, the lesson from Gameweek 8 seems to be, don't just rely on the highly owned guys. Data can help you be bold.
Well said. Which brings us nicely onto Gameweek 9. And let's start with the optimal wildcard team. Prepare yourself.
Okay, I'm ready. Team value is 99.9 millions. Starting 11 expected points, 54.37. Total for the 15 is 67.79. Seems okay. What's the catch?
The catch is the formation. For the first time, the model is suggesting a starting 11 with 5 defenders.
5? Really? Okay, that is a twist. Why? What are the numbers saying to justify ditching the usual midfield focus?
It's fascinating, actually. It's all down to a real concentration of high clean sheet probability in specific games this week. The data is pointing to, like, unusually strong chances for clean sheets for both Newcastle, who are home to Fulham, and Arsenal, hosting Crystal Palace.
Okay, so the model's basically saying, forget fancy midfielders this week. The points are in defense. Expected goals for the big forwards may be a bit lower than usual.
Exactly that. The defensive value is just clustered really strongly. That's why we see the Newcastle double up, Botman and Trippier, hoping for that clean sheet. And the Arsenal double out too, Gabriel and Saliba. Plus, Gvardiol from Man City is in there again.
Gvardiol, after last week. The model's sticking with him despite the Pep Roulette risk. Seems bold for a wild card.
It is bold, yeah. And look, the model can't predict Pep's team sheet, obviously, but Man City's defensive expected points against Aston Villa are rated incredibly highly. So purely on the numbers for that fixture, Gvardiol gets in. It's a calculated risk based on his potential if he plays.
Okay, fair enough. And the captaincy. Still sticking with Haaland.
Nope, another interesting one. The model actually prefers Saka home against Crystal Palace. Haaland against Villa is the vice captain. It likes that home fixture for Saka.
Right, Saka at home does feel good. Okay, midfield and attack them. Keeping the budget keepers, Dubravka and Roofs.
Yep, they stay. And midfield attack, Mbano's there, plays for Brentford, of course. Data source list managed sometime, just ignore that. Alongside him, Sar as an enabler. And Mateta gets in, even though he's playing Arsenal away. The data likes his underlying stats.
Mateta away at Arsenal. Okay.
Aye.
The model's backing performers regardless of the fixture on paper. Interesting stuff.
That's the idea. Performers are performers. Okay, let's pivot to the Game Week 9 free hit squad then. This one looks potentially safer. Team value 99.8 millions. Starting XI expected points are higher at 58.97. Total expected near 71.
Higher potential. So what's the big story here? Any major tactical shifts like the wild card?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
This is probably the biggest one of the season so far. We have Salah in the free hit team.
Okay.
But no Haaland at all.
What? No Haaland? Dropping the most owned player in the game on a free hit. Wow. Why?
It all comes down to the fixtures again and redistributing that value. Haaland's playing Aston Villa, which just slightly dips his expected points this specific week. Salah, meanwhile, faces Brentford. The model sees him slightly ahead. And with Saka also having high expected points against Palace, the value is better spent strengthening elsewhere, particularly defense, rather than forcing Haaland in.
Right. Makes sense when you put it like that. Spread the risk, spread the potential.
Yeah.
And the defense looks strong.
It's stacked. Triple Newcastle defense Pope in goal, plus Botman and Trippier. All at home against Fulham. That's a big bet on a clean sheet.
Huge bet. And backed up by Arsenal coverage, too.
Yeah, Gvardiol from Arsenal. And Calafiori is in there again. Plus Hill from Bournemouth at 4 millions as the budget enabler.
Okay. And midfield. Any surprises there?
Well, Bramo and Fernandes are included, kind of backing up their form, maybe boosted by that good showing against Liverpool from Bamo. And maybe keep an eye on Brune Larsen. He's from Burnley, 5.3 millions, playing Wolves. The model quite likes his expected points for a budget mid.
Brune Larsen.
Yeah.
One to watch. And up front, is João Pedro still getting the nod? I know some managers are getting twitchy about him.
Yeah, the data is still firmly behind João Pedro this week. Home against Sunderland, the numbers suggest he's a great option for Game Week 9. So he's in.
Good to know the data is holding firm there. Right, finally then, the Differentials wildcard team ownership capped at 15% or less.
Yep. Maximize expected points under that constraint. Team value 99.1 millions. Starting MC Bank expected points, 55.06. Total expected points, a healthy 71.06.
Okay, so who are the core picks here? Saka must be captain again, surely. Still under 50% somehow.
He is. Saka captain still only 14% owned, which is mad. 10 millions. Yep. Bamo, also 14% owned, is the vice captain. Massive scores for low ownership players.
Incredible value if they hit. And defensively. Calafiori again, assuming he stays under 15%.
He's there, yeah. But like you said, maybe not for long. The real deep dive gem the data loves is Zinchenko from Arsenal. 4.9 millions, tiny ownership, like 0.3%.
Zinchenko, now that is a differential. Budget Arsenal coverage.
Exactly. And we also see Gvardiol and O'Reilly providing Man City defensive cover again.
Okay, so the Pep Roulette risk is deemed acceptable in a differential structure where you need those potential high ceilings.
Precisely. The model rates their defensive potential against Villa highly enough to justify including them here, looking for that upside.
Gotcha. And attacking outsiders. Mateta again.
Mateta's in, yeah. 7.6 millions, 12% ownership. Strong performer even away at Arsenal, according to the data. And interestingly, Wood and Isak are still showing up in the top differential selections based purely on the numbers.
Wood and Isak. The eternal question for differential hunters. Will this be the week they finally deliver?
Who knows? That's the fun, isn't it?
It certainly is. Okay, that actually brings us really neatly to a listener question we received. It's about, well, managerial chaos. The question is, now that Nottingham Forest manager Ange was sacked, what should we do with Nottingham Forest players?
Yeah, that's a really important, timely question. And wow, Ange, 39 days? Is that some kind of record?
It must be close.
What are Forrest doing? I mean, I was surprised when they let Nuno go just 3 games in, but sacking Ange after 39 days, look, it's a massive, massive warning sign, isn't it? Things are clearly not right structurally at that club right now.
Definitely. And this highlights a key point we always make. The raw prediction model, the pure maths, it doesn't factor in this kind of real-world chaos. Human turmoil, managers getting sacked.
Exactly. That's why, as we just mentioned, you might still see a player like Chris Wood pop up in the differentials list. The numbers, in isolation, might say he has a chance to score, but reality, the context, tells a different story right now.
So what's a solution for FPL managers facing this?
Well, this is exactly why we developed the advanced features in the FPL Cheat Sheet tool. We have a setting, a really powerful one actually, that lets you, the user, configure the team planner to specifically exclude certain players. Or, in a situation like this, you can exclude an entire team.
Ah, so you can just tell the tool, right, ignore Nottingham Forest players for now.
Precisely. You filter them out, and the tool recalculates the optimal teams based on the remaining player pool. It lets you blend the data with real-time events and your own judgment. It's incredibly useful.
That sounds invaluable, especially in volatile situations like this. And listeners should know we're really pushing to get the free beta version of that advanced tool out to everyone very, very soon.
Yeah, the devs are working flat out. We're excited to let you all get your hands on it. So, wrapping up this Game Week 9 deep dive, I think the strategy emerging from the data is pretty clear. It's favoring defensive stability, particularly from Arsenal and Newcastle this week, and then being quite selective with attacking differentials. The big question for you, the manager listening, is probably this. Are you brave enough to follow the data when it makes bold moves? Like, potentially leaving Haaland out of a free hit team or backing that unusual 5-defender wildcard. Will those be the moves that make the difference this game week?
A provocative thought to end on. Food for thought for everyone planning their transfers. Right, make sure you follow FPL Cheat Sheet on X for updates and insights. And please do subscribe to our channel on YouTube and Spotify so you don't miss these deep dives.
Wishing all listeners a good game week, and may the FPL gods be with you.